Literals are constants of numeric types. In this video, I will be discussing the simple literals that are available in Python. If you remember from the previous videos, we had spoken about the type function. So the type function gives us the data type of a variable or a constant. Remember, a literal is also known as a constant. So the first literal that I would like to discuss is the integer literal. So if I do a type on an integer value, let's say 123, what I get is its data type. So the data type is int, which denotes that 123 is a literal of int type. Similarly, if we do type of, let's say, minus 65, what we get is again an int as the result, because we know that integer supports both positives as well as negative values. Now, these are examples of integer literals. So positive whole numbers and negative whole numbers are suitable examples of integer literals. What about fractional values? Let's say if I want to find the type of a fractional value, then I use the type function, and here I get float. So the type of a fractional value is float. So anything with a fraction, whether it be positive or negative, would give me the result as float. The boolean values that are available in Python are true and false. And remember, the true value starts with a capital T. Like you can see, the type is bool. Similarly, the false value will start with a capital F. So false begins with a capital F. Please keep this in mind. And in fact, I've printed the value false itself. If I look at the type, I'll see that it's of type bool once again. Also, we can have string literals. Let's say a string such as hello is returning str. So str is short for string. So we have simple string literals. Along with that, we also have complex numbers. We can also represent complex numbers. Let's say I write 3 plus 4j. To represent the imaginary part, we use the letter small j, and you can see that the type is complex. We can also use capital J for that matter. So even if I use capital J, I get the same result. So the imaginary part, remember, is associated with the letter small j or capital J. We also have complex types in Python, complex literals. And remember, a literal is nothing but a constant. Now, let's say I want to find the type of uh, another value. Let's say this value that I'm looking at is something like 0x followed by, let's say, 76. The type is integer. But what's the difference? 76 represents a hexadecimal value. So hexadecimal values or hexadecimal literals are written starting with a 0 followed by an x. Now this x can either be in lowercase, as you can see here, or in uppercase, as you can see once again. Hexadecimal literals are also treated as integers. We can also have binary values. So for binary, we have to use 0 followed by a small b, and you can give a binary value. So you see that even binary literals are treated as integers. Instead of small b, we can also have capital B. We get the same result. We even have octal values. So a 0 followed by a small o would give us the type as int. So if I say 65, again, you can see that octal values are also represented as integer literals. And to denote an octal value or to denote an octal literal, we have to use the prefix 0 followed by a small o or a capital O. Both would work. So these are the popularly available literals which are of simple type in Python. There are also composite literals in Python like lists, dictionaries, sets, tuples. We will take them up when we discuss the built-in data structures of Python. If you found this video useful, please like it and subscribe to our channel. If you have any comments, please leave them in the section given below. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.